What it is, what's up? Welcome back to Battle of the Books. And so I'm honestly just gonna get started because it's so many of them. I think I have about maybe 30 books right here. I could be over exaggerating, could not. You'll never know until you sit through the whole video. But I'm gonna start with the ones I've already read, and the first one is, to no surprise, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief is about a boy named Percy Jackson, obviously, who gets accused of stealing the lightning bolt, and he has to basically retrieve the lightning bolt and prove his innocence. There's more to it, but that's all I'm giving you. So, there you go. Up next, I have The Lucky List. This book is about a girl who meets another girl and they fall in love. Like I said, I have so many books I have to go through. Next, I have Marnie and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This one is a fresh read. So this one is fresh. I can tell you about it because I literally just finished it yesterday. A girl named Amari whose brother named Quentin goes missing. And she gets selected to go through a scholarship that her brother was involved in. And she only does the scholarship to find her brother. And then it all unfolds from there. That's all I can tell you without spoiling it for real. That's all you're going to get from me anyway. Sorry. I have The Upstairs House by Julia Fine. I didn't finish this book because I just was dealing with other stuff that I didn't feel like I wanted to finish the book. But I'm going to count it in my already read. Sorry, not sorry. Another one. My bad. If you want to know more about that book, you might have to look on Goodreads or wherever you go to look at your book reviews type deal stuff, because I can't tell you. If you've been here since my first video and I was telling you about Blood Like Magic by Leslie Sandberry, this one is the second book of the duology, which is Blood Like Fate. And let's be real here. If you thought I wasn't going to read it, you're wrong. And if you thought I wasn't going to give it 5 stars, you're wrong. Okay? Don't look at my Goodreads. It might say something different. But this right here was that stuff, okay? Was that stuff. And the whole time I was reading it, I was like, I'm definitely going to read again. Both of them. Definitely going to read again. Now, my copy look all beat up because it's a very well-loved book. But at that. Thank you. Now we're going to go into the ones that I have not read. Don't ask me when I'm going to read them because I can't tell you. But I'm going to read this one, maybe this month. This one is called Almost There, and it's by Farah Rochon, a twist of The Princess and the Frog. And it says, what if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? And to be completely honest, you had me from the cover. Completely honest, you had me from the cover. Like, be freaking for real. I'm going to read this one this month for the month of February. If this video goes up in February, it is February right now. I will say that. And I'm going to try and read it before February is over. And I would pick the shortest month to read the heavy hitters. But it is what it is. Next, we have The Wilder Women by Ruth Emmy Lang. It says, 5 years ago, Nora Wilder disappeared. The older of her 2 daughters, Zadie, should have seen it coming because she can literally see things coming. But not even her psychic abilities were able to prevent her mother from vanishing one morning. This is why I got it. Because I read that part and I was like, oh, sold. Then I have Killers of a Certain Age. This one's pretty famous on BookTube, so if you don't know about it, I'll probably tell you briefly. But this one, I believe, is about a group of old lady murderers. And, you know, on the front of it, it says, it's killed or be killed. But they've been at this a long time. You had me at the cover. That's really it. That's really what it was. This is another famous one that's been on BookTube. It's called Sign Here by Claudia Lux. And this one, I can tell you what this one's about because I was supposed to read it, and see what had happened was I was in the hospital and I was just like, I don't want to read it. I procrastinated the whole time on reading this. So I'm going to read it eventually, maybe in the month of October, but not right now. But Sign Here is about a demon who works in hell who is trying to get family to sign over, and then he gets a promotion. That's a very vague what it's about, but live with it. Then we have Small Angels by Lauren Owen. And this one was about, let's see. It says, in a hypnotic tale of sisterhood, first love, and hauntings, a wedding in a small English village stirs up unsettling magic and forces a troubled family's secrets to be put out in the open. Sounds like a good book, and it was also on my list. I have like a 3-page list on my phone of books I want to read, and this just so happened to pop up on Book of the Month. Not sponsored, wish it was. This so happened to pop up on Book of the Month, and I was like, might as well get it. Might as well. Damned if you do, damned if you don't type deal. First we have Dustin Grimm, which is about a girl named Molly who ends up losing her parents, and she also has a brother, and her brother takes over the family business, and like I said, she loses her parents, so she's coming to collect her half of the fortune in the estate. The business is a monster mortuary. A monster mortuary. Simple as that. Next, I have Fablehaven, which is about, it's a girl named Kendra and her brother, and they have a grandfather who runs the Fablehaven Woods, and then the rules get broken, and some evils are unleashed, and then it spirals out from there. Half of these books are impulse, and why? Because I have no self-control. Up next is Coraline by Neil Gaiman. And if you don't know what Coraline is about, I'm gonna need you to look up what Coraline is about. Or go watch the movie, better yet. Go watch the movie and then come back. And then I'll be like, you're intrigued too. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Then there's One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. And this one, I believe, is about a ghost who's stuck on the subway in the olden days. We're going to call them the olden days. Sorry, not sorry. We're going to call them the olden days. And then a girl gets on the subway and falls in love with the girl who's stuck in the olden days. That's my summary of it. My bad. This one I've mentioned in my other book haul, but now I finally have it in my possession, and I've had it in my possession since like April of last year. I just haven't actually hauled it. And that is Black Girls Must Be Magic by Jane Allen. Self-explanatory. Because I am magic. That is all. Next, here's one that I'm currently in the middle of reading, and I kind of didn't want to film this video because I wanted to keep reading. Mind Your Business. And it's 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. And this one is about two authors who are basically writing about each other or to each other in their books. And it's all over the place. They were high school sweethearts, and then they just stop being high school sweethearts. They called it quits, and then they start writing about each other. Next, we have Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. And this one is about the Iliad, basically. But it's from, I believe it's from the point of view of his wife. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments. That's fine. We live for not being politically correct or literally correct. Up next, because it's the only book I have in this corner right here, so I can stop looking at this corner, is Goliath. Another one I hope to read for Black History Month by Tochi Onbeyuchi. I could be saying that wrong, and how dare I say that wrong. Sorry, my fellow Nigerian. I didn't mean to. But, yes. It's called Goliath, and it's about, it takes place in the year 2050, and the earth has begun to empty. Those with means and the privilege have departed to the great cities of the United States for the more comfortable confines of space colonies. Yeah, man, space colonies. Then we have 100 Other Girls. This, I believe, is about a girl who gets a blogger position. This one is The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune. And after a chance encounter with Shadow Star, Nova City's mightiest hero, and Nick's biggest crush. Nick is no longer satisfied writing about heroes. He wants to become one. You had me at the heroes. You had me at the crush. Up next, we have The Passing Playbook, another one I want to read in February because Black History Month is all about Black authors for me. Spencer Harris is a proud nerd and an awesome big brother and a verifiable David Beckham in training. Well, if David Beckham were 5'2" and black. You had me. We love it. We have Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Today she hates him. Tonight she puts up with him. Tomorrow, maybe she's already fallen for him. We Are the Origin by C.M. Lockhart. And I follow this author on TikTok. And the only reason I picked up the book was because, first of all, the cover art. Like this. Be for real. Then I saw a TikTok of the author who was like, it's so many anime references in here. And the first person who can guess all the anime references gets a copy of her, I think she said a copy of her second book, I think it was. But honestly, I knew I wasn't going to read it in time. But I did buy it because the cover is beautiful. And then I also wanted to see if I can get some of the anime references. So, another book added to my collection. Can you blame me? Probably so. Then I have Malice by Heather Walter. It's on my list. I can't remember the synopsis, but it says a princess isn't supposed to fall for an evil sorceress. But in this darkly magical retelling of Sleeping Beauty, true love is more than a simple fairy tale. I have some chunkers. I'm just going to say that. I have some hefty books down here. I have The Women's War, Mother of All. Why did I buy this out of order? Because I can. Because do you see the 50% off sticker? That's why I bought it out of order. Evil magic threatens to undo all of the progress women have made in the third and final book in Jenna's Glass' riveting feminist fantasy series. Following the Women's War and Queen of the Unwanted. So, I have to buy the other two books. This is why I have not read this one. Don't come for me. And I'm also very terrified of removing the sticker because Barnes & Noble sucks with the stickers. I have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I'm sure you've heard about this one if you're on BookTube. If not, then I bought this book because it was getting a lot of reviews on BookTube. And I saw it in Barnes & Noble's. All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. They all have my middle name. How nice. The blood moon rises, the blood veil falls, the tournament begins. Every generation, at the coming of the blood moon, 7 families in the remote city of Livernath each name a champion to compete in a secret tournament to the death. The prize? Exclusive control over a hidden wellspring of high magic. First of all, the cover alone had me. Let's be honest here. I'm not mad at it. Simple as that. Another popular one, and if you don't know what it's about, I can't help you. Simple as that. I'm not even going to explain it. I'm just going to hold the book up, and then we're going to move on. Cersei by Madeline Miller. Moving on, like I said. Next, I have Neon Gods by Katie Roberts. And this is a spicy love story between Persephone and Hades. I'm a Greek god girly. Can't help it. Gideon the Ninth. And I'm going to read this blurb on the front, and then we're going to call it a day. But Gideon the Ninth by Tasman Muir. Yeah. And then it says, the blurb is, lesbian necromancers explore a haunted gothic place in space. And me at Lodala Beans. And this was also in my list of books that I needed to get. So I did get it when Barnes & Noble was like, yeah, we do have it. The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. And the last book I have because I need to be finished with all of these books. I don't know how many it was. I just know it was too many to freaking count. And it's The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu. I said that right. And if I didn't, tell your mama. Tell your mama. And the cover alone, the title alone, picked it up. 50% off, picked it up. Why? Because it seems interesting. and I am an impulse buyer. Blame somebody, but don't blame me. That's all I can say. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tune in for the next video.